This podcast is sponsored by Relevant, a location-based mobile network personalized by your interests. Customize your news feed to consolidate all the information you care about all in one place to quickly and easily find what's relevant to you. Find out what's going on in your local area and reach your community from the palm of your hand. Relevant is available on iOS and coming soon to Android. Be the first to know with Relevant.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Poorly Edited Podcast. We are in a basement again. We're back on the basement tour. It's pretty hype. I like it. Pat, how do you like the basement tour?
I like it. We're hitting a lot of underground basements that really should get some more light shed on them.
Nice. As opposed to above ground basements.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an above ground pool.
Perfect. So a little over this time last year, we had Josh Brennan on, who at the time was the president of Film Club. And a whole year has gone by, and
Yeah, wow. Dude, that was the first episode we were all on together. That was the first episode you were on, Zach.
Yeah.
That was where you first appeared, and that was like, I would say, the legitimate
Didn't get better
first start. It didn't improve, but that was the
You guys have like camera now.
ground zero.
You have camera now.
We have 4 lights.
And record.
And today happens to be the first time that Jess and Shane are on today's episode. How you?
Excuse me?
What'd you
Bob.
say?
I said Shane.
You spelled his name wrong, by the way.
I didn't know how to spell it.
How do you spell your name?
How did you spell my name? I want to hear his
I
first.
originally spelled it S-C-A-N.
What are you?
Wait.
Whoa.
Are
So
dyslexic?
you said Skane?
What?
No.
What are you? What?
Wait, what? S-E-A-N.
That's Sean.
Yeah, I know.
Or Sheen. Or Scene.
No, you pronounce it Sean. That's how they spell it in here.
Not really.
That is the single most annoying interpretation of my name.
That's my cousin's name.
You invited me on here, and the first thing you do is insult me and my integrity.
And I plan to do that for the next 60 minutes. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
I did not consent.
Did not consent to Sean.
No, that's fine. But you guys run Film Club.
What?
You guys run Film Club?
Yes.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
Day to day, week to week, something like that.
Yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday.
I was there when you guys got elected. I was part of the voting process. I voted for neither of you, and you still won. It's insane.
Nice.
I'm just kidding.
Democracy is
I'm just
dead.
kidding. Yeah, there's, yeah.
Nice.
I also wish I didn't win. I honestly
funny.
thought I wasn't going to win.
Wait, so you co-presidents? Or
No, I'm.
You're the actual president. He's the vice.
I'm the
Okay.
actual president.
Is that how you really feel?
Co-president.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I usually get talked over a lot because it's a bunch of guys and they all talk over me. And
Yeah, it's not just because you're really quiet, Andrew.
Also that too.
Right.
It's the patriarchy, clearly.
Yeah, it sounds like patriarchy for sure.
Don't tell
I've seen a few
anybody.
patriarchies in my time. That sounds like one of them.
It's fun though.
No, people get fucking loud, though.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, we had Josh Brennan on the show a year ago, and we thought when we booked Joshy B for the show, we were like, dude, we're in, like we're getting put on the map, dude. Like we're getting the president of Film Club on this show. Like
This is before you
huge.
knew any better.
And so Josh comes on the podcast. He talks about being the Film Club president. Sounds like a pretty tough job. A lot going on, a lot of moving parts, a lot to take
He also
care
talked
of.
a lot about Speed Racer for some reason.
He also talked a lot about
The
Speed
live
Racer.
action Speed Racer movie.
The job is actually 80% Speed Racer.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. I understand why he was interested in
makes
the first
sense,
place.
yeah.
I'm interested, because I was in Film Club for 2 semesters when Josh was president, and Josh works with us in Lab 212 now, and they're pretty big shoes to fill. I mean, like actually, like 12, size 12, I
big
think.
feet.
Like he has huge feet. He's
How
a
would
huge
you guys
guy.
describe your regime?
Patriarch.
It's a patriarchy.
Dude, you can have both.
It's definitely a patriarchy.
They're not
We nailed
mutually
that down.
exclusive.
We have some insurrections. We're still in an ongoing war with the Anime Club.
Yeah.
Is there actually an
Yes.
anime club at El Tracy?
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, if you walk
That's a
in,
dumb question.
if you walk into
always an
Barrier
anime
Hall,
club.
there's a certain hallway that you'll hear like a very muffled like Japanese speaking, and then you'll peer into a window and it will be a self-perpetuated cave of people. One side is staring at a big screen featuring a miscellaneous anime, and then the other half is playing Smash on the other side.
Nice, dude.
It's true. That's a real thing that I've seen.
And they get more
yeah.
done than us.
Pat, I'm
Well, it's
shocked
easy
that
to
you don't
get
know about the film club, anime club beef.
I was in
It's
neither of them.
it's a deep running beef.
It is.
dude.
It is
Like,
similar to America versus China.
Chandler, I'm an outsider here. I was in no
Yeah.
club. No one would
Yeah,
accept
you're
me.
really boring. Yeah, you had nothing going on, then you still didn't come to the clubs. So that was
Just 'cause I didn't have
that
a
was
car at
crazy.
the time, and my ride left, and I
No,
kind of had to
no
go
excuses.
with them.
No excuses.
And now I don't have a
Yeah,
car
go.
again.
Yeah.
Full circle.
And now all you do is watch Halloween movies every day.
It's true.
1 year later, still don't have a car. Moving up.
No, my car died in the Cali Burrito parking lot after listening to punk bands, the tape
I
swap
can't.
fest.
I can't
swap.
think of a
That's how it went
better. I
out.
can't think of a better final resting
It was pretty
place.
sweet, dude. I was
What
like,
song was it listening to in
Yeah.
its final moments?
I don't know. I did. See, I thought it was electrical, but it was kind of stupid in retrospect because the car turned on and then I went to back up and then it just died and I just rolled forward again. And I forget what song I was listening to, though. I think it was Made Violent.
That's funny.
It should have been Death Cup by Mom Jeans
should have been,
or
you're
Jesus
right.
Christ by Brandon.
Dude, I actually, there's a band called a band called the Road Sodas
That's a good name.
who were pretty good.
Yeah.
They were going hard. I love the punk like aesthetic.
Oh, I listened to them. You sent me their music
Yeah.
on Bandcamp. I listened to them. Yeah, they're pretty good actually. They're really
Dude, at one point, like
cool.
the lead singer got so into the music, he'd like curl up in a corner by the speaker and just keep playing guitar. But like,
jeez.
yeah, he'd be like in the fetal position playing guitar,
That's weird.
and it was really sweet.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you saw them play at Arts Fest.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also bought a sweet T-shirt from Arts Fest.
Was that this past weekend?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's over
Yeah,
now.
it was last
pretty sure.
Thursday. Friday.
How was that?
Yeah.
No, it was last.
It was a week ago.
Saturday. I don't know. It was pretty sweet actually. It was really I thought it was like, since it was Allentown Art Fest, I thought it'd be kind of more family friendly. I mean, it wasn't not family friendly. It was just a lot of art based around like skulls and like.
Oh, did you pass the booth with the
Stuff
lady
like
who had
that.
a bunch of titty paintings?
Nice.
There was that too.
Yeah,
Nice.
There was an axe throwing booth, which I almost did.
I want to do that, but
Why
then you said
didn't you
$10.
Because my
it's $10.
I would have stood in front of
my
it.
cousin has a setup in his backyard for throwing axes. It's pretty sweet. So I've done it before.
Have you ever
just-
have you
it's
ever played that
$10.
drinking game where you have to throw the hammer into a stump?
Chandler, I'm 20 years old.
I'm a pure boy.
Yeah, I just turned 21 10 days ago.
Dude,
and
speaking of which-
and all the drinking stories I have come from those last 10 days.
Chandler, I heard
When
that
I was
Applebee's
legal.
has $1. I think they're called zombies, which is some weird mixed drink. So you could go get your $12 endless wings and drink like $1 mixed drinks all night,
Yo, so really
and
fucked
then
up
throw up
story
in a
about
dumpster outside an
that.
Applebee's, and then
I went to Applebee's with Elizabeth last weekend. You know, we got off work. We were super hype. I sent her the link, and we were like, dude, we're going to throw down at Applebee's.
Yeah, I'm about
tonight
to
with
fly to
these
Florida
wings."
just to do this with you.
Well, see, here's what's up. Because we get to Applebee's, we sit down, we eye up the wings. The waitress heads over to our table. She's like, what would you like this evening? And we're like, we would like those motherfucking endless wings. And she's like, I'm sorry, they're only doing that in Texas. And I'm like,
What?
hold the fucking phone.
What?
Why such a specific
punishment
area?
for going to Applebee's, you idiot.
What's going on in Texas where Applebee's was like, we need endless wings down there pronto, dude. Like, we need it. Like, nowhere else, just Texas. So that ruined our night effectively.
I'm finding. It's hard for me to come to grips with this. Is it actually only Texas?
She straight up said that right to my face,
Jesus,
dude.
how-
She looked me
Dude,
right
I'm
in my
glad
eyes
she
and
knew
said
that.
She probably lied to you.
with the tears in my because I assumed that
doesn't
it had
make
been
any sense.
happening all night, that people are coming in
Yeah.
like, let me get those endless wings, and she's like, it's not a thing, that doesn't exist.
That's
So,
my
like,
least
she was already
favorite
prepared.
part of the service industry is when your bosses are like, hey, there's something nice going on, but we're not doing it here.
Yep.
And you have to tell people we're
Yeah,
not
this
doing it
location.
here. And they like come all the way to your store or whatever, and you have to be like, yeah, we're not doing it here.
Well, then how did you hear about it if it's only happening in Texas?
I saw it on the internet and I trusted it, dude. I trusted that shit because it was like a recent tweet. It was a very recent
So it is your
tweet.
fault.
It is,
I
yeah.
think I saw it on Facebook.
It's not mine. Yeah.
It's either your fault or that chick lied to you and she just says a different
bro.
state every time and you just got the Texas.
If
You
she
happen to be
lied
Texas.
to my face, I'm going back there.
It's like, where's this sick-looking child never been?
Wow.
What do you believe? What would he
I
not
would love to
question?
go to
Texas.
Texas.
I would too.
Rooster Teeth's in Texas.
I want
in
to try
Austin.
barbecue in Texas.
I want to try RTX and taste.
That would be sweet too. That would be awesome.
That's interesting food.
RTX, yeah.
RTX, yeah.
It's really savory.
That's what I would say if I ate RTX for breakfast.
On the monitor over there.
Yeah, well, guess what? I don't know that, so great.
All right.
Chandler, how has Disney been treating you 1 week later?
Disney's been treating me, you know, I feel like it's progressively getting worse because
wait, real quick. I just had a great idea coming up to the podcast. We have to do a bunch of things that require you to sign NDAs. That didn't sound good. Oh, good. Skype's now enabled, and then we just break the NDA. We just break all of our NDAs for an hour, and then we all get sued.
We can do
We can
that.
have
That's
one
a
nice
really
court
good
date where
idea.
we get wrecked by everybody.
No, we
We're
have
just
to do
sitting
the,
in there
it's
all
like
day, and the lawyers just cycle in and out with the different companies we broke the NDAs for.
All you have to do.
And we have to pay them all of our life savings.
So not
No,
much.
we should
You're gonna
do
get
the,
halfway
we
through
should
the
sign
podcast, and someone's gonna send like a SWAT team, like a corporate SWAT team, and take us out.
we should sign a bunch of NDAs and do a bunch of stuff, and then like we have to go on the podcast and get interviewed about it, and we have to play like an NDA obstacle course where you have to avoid relinquishing any information somehow, but still getting through the interview. And the interviewer's like purposely giving questions.
Yeah,
that
like
have to
they
get
know
a
they
specific
also
answer.
signed the NDA.
If you win, you get a
to break it.
$50 gift card to Chick-fil-A. If you lose, your life is destroyed. Stakes.
There's no stakes at Chick-fil-A.
Wait, so what did you get at Applebee's if you didn't get endless wings?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Which other microwave courses
sampler.
did you buy?
You got the fuck out of
Yeah, I got the like 3-piece sampler. I got wings,
rough.
and their wings are hot, by the way. Be careful. Be careful out
Hot
there
and
with those
like
Applebee's
spicy
wings.
or temperature?
They're spicy,
Okay.
like really fun. I was like, oh my god, like I had to set them down and take a break during my meal because I just couldn't. It's too hot, dude. But I'm really bad with spicy foods, so that's not that surprising.
So Disney.
That's just my. If there's any takeaway that anybody can get from this show as a whole, like not just this episode, but from this show as a whole, there is no endless wings at Applebee's currently going on. It's only in Texas.
Yeah,
I think
really
that's
rough,
the
man.
message we're trying to impart.
Even though we can only do it in one
related
state, but we
podcast.
gotta cover the most area.
Then it'd be Alaska.
Dude, who's gonna go to Applebee's in Alaska?
Bears.
Right? I didn't think about that.
Don't underestimate the bear community.
What's that restaurant that closed but still, or like a store that closed but still in Alaska?
Best Buy?
Kmart?
Toys R Us? I think it's Toys R Us.
Did you hear Toys R Us
No,
is
it's
actually going out of
Blockbuster.
business?
Blockbuster.
Oh, it's
The last
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster's in
Actually.
Alaska.
So you can get your endless
Blockbuster.
wings. And
Yeah.
You can rent a movie from 2001.
You can
and
go to
have
Toys
it.
R Us.
And then you can walk
Is it like
outside
the-
and say, why the fuck am I still in Alaska? How did I get this?
Like, man, it's
Is
still
it like
cold.
the War of 1812 where like they didn't get the memo that the war was over yet and they're still fighting and
What are you
shit
talking about?
because like communication is really bad.
No, I know what
that
he's talking
happen?
about.
Yeah. So
The battle that happened in New Orleans, which was headed by Andrew Jackson, that battle, the bloodiest battle of 1812, like the War of 1812, did not need to be fought. The war was already
Yeah.
over,
Oh, yeah.
and they didn't get notified in time.
That's fine, though.
Thousands of people died.
That's all right.
Really bad.
Lol.
Thanks, technology.
Dude, they died
I'm really
for that
glad we're in the
historical
21st
fact.
century. They died for that meme, for history to be that. The War of 1812, for anyone who doesn't know, if
No,
No,
like, don't
no,
give us
no,
a history. Tell us
hilarious.
what
Yeah,
1812
boring.
is.
no,
You
I'm,
know-
just,
you hear
I'm
about
not
the
going to
dude-
talk about it.
It's also
I'm
super
just
short,
gonna
wasn't
say,
it?
Yeah.
It's the same.
It was pretty.
They burned down
yeah.
the White House.
It just took. It was 1 year. It was just 1812. And it was
Yeah,
it.
so there was like the bloodiest battle of like two.
I wish we could call this the podcast of 2017 and we would have been done.
That's true. We know for exactly what
Anyway,
year.
You said
Yeah, over.
you got footage of the Halloween Horror Nights. How was that?
I did. So I got footage. We were at the Halloween Horror Nights in Universal last night with Amrest Farrow, who's currently actually in Orlando right now, not with me like
We're
she
in her
said she'd be
basement.
today. Yeah, weird. But so we went there with her, Lizzie, and Kenny, our friend Kenny, who's going to Full Sail in the film program, and a bunch of his film class friends. And we had a really, really good time. I'm a little bitch, and I'm really scared of chainsaws. Is
Nice.
something that I learned. Really not a fan of the chainsaws with the chains taken off that they rev up really close to you. Not a fan of that. And there were about 45 people that were doing
Nice,
that.
dude.
So it was pretty good, pretty traumatizing. But no, I got a lot of good footage, and actually one of our bands, Wasting Yesterday, is coming out with a song tomorrow called Yellow Roses
Well,
on Friday.
by the time they
the
see
5th.
this,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
already be out.
Yeah, right.
Go check
So
that
you can go
out.
listen to it right now. Yeah. But I just cut together a promo video for that with the footage I got from Horror Nights last night, because the song, I listened to the song, and I felt like it would fit actually with a lot of the footage I got, because a lot of it was pretty cool. And I talked to them, and they're like, yeah, we love Halloween, so go for it. And it turned out really cool, so I'm pretty excited about that. It was it's probably the quickest turnaround we've done in a while, where we get footage from something we film and we have something the next day.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's fine.
But yeah, post-production's a tough one. You got all this, you got hours of footage, and you're like, I already did it, like I filmed it.
Why follow through? What's the point?
Yeah, like it happened, like it's there. So
Dude, once you record the
finished it.
footage, it's limitless possibilities. And then once you do something with it, you really pigeonholed yourself. So I do it. I just leave it
Right.
open. Just
Yeah,
show
let it
people raw
speak for
footage and be
itself.
like, think of what you would have done with it. Think what it
this
could
hard-
be.
Take this terabyte hard drive and look through all the dailies, and then like what would you make what you want out of it in your head?
They should start doing that at movie theaters and just play like 100 hours of raw footage and
Dude, that'd be
same
intense.
take over and over again.
We'll see Josh
my
Brolin
God.
with that big Thanos above his head. That'd be great.
The like 240 hours of Apocalypse Now and one like
Oh,
5-minute
that'd be
scene.
sick, dude.
Jeez.
I'd watch that. I would. Have you guys seen
Marlon
Apocalypse Now?
Brando showed up to the filming of Apocalypse Now for his scenes, and he was like, I don't know any of my lines, and they tried to get him to do his lines, and he wouldn't, and they just gave up, and that's what they filmed.
Well,
'cause
that's
he
what
was
they would.
just-
That's what he would do. He wouldn't learn his lines because he felt that if he delivered them in the moment, the first time he read them, it would be more authentic.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he
except
was
it
just
wasn't
lazy and
working this
rich.
time
And,
very well.
Isn't that like he's an actor though?
Caused a
so
lot of
Yeah.
problems.
he should be able to, read the lines and make it sound authentic every time. That's sort of the point.
You'd think.
Yeah.
He's a good actor too. It's not like he's a hacker or anything.
yeah, exactly.
I think he was phoning it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But shout out to Marlon Brando, wherever he's at right now.
Is he still alive?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think so. I would
check the tapes.
almost bet.
Tapes.
Check the tapes. Can someone roll that back? Yeah, we also got, in terms of Halloween stuff, it's a pretty busy month because we also have
Hear that in
a
post.
Halloween show coming up that we're planning, which I think we haven't talked about
Died in
yet.
2004.
All right, he's been dead.
What are you
Yeah,
saying?
he's pretty fresh. I said in terms of Halloween stuff, we also have the Too Dead to Be Human show that we're putting on
Why are you blaming me?
later this month.
Mine's fitting fine.
What is wrong
Zach's
with you guys
earbud
right
keeps
now?
popping out.
What's wrong with you guys right now?
We're breaking up.
What's wrong with you guys?
National Boyfriend's Day.
So we're that was yesterday.
It was.
Um,
We know. Believe me.
I didn't get any posts.
I
But,
don't think Lizzie
yeah,
put
so
anything up.
she didn't. She fucking did not at all, and she was free all day.
Dude, it's like your relationship doesn't exist anymore because she didn't validate it with social media.
Right.
Nice.
Exactly. Exactly. No, but we have a show coming up on the 26th, and we've made it in conjunction with Chris Carcetti from Airspace that we're putting it on
Chris
with.
Carcetti from Run from the Radio.
And Chris Carcetti from Run from the Radio. So we got Run from the Radio, We're from Antarctica, and Airspace playing that night, and it's going to be super lit. And it's happening in Emmaus at Jasper Mountain, and it's going to be super cool. Like, we're talking about the things we're going to be doing there and how we're going to be putting the show on, and the more we talk about it, the more hype I keep getting.
We're really just trying to film as much, or jam as much film into it as we can.
Yeah.
And
To
make it
make up
nerdy
for
for
how
us
not
somehow.
entertaining we are.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're hosting it, so we're, like, I'm not going to be there, unfortunately. But, like, you guys inevitably will have to get up on stage and say something at some point because we're putting the show on.
I'm not looking forward to
So
it.
we're,
I don't like public
So we're
speaking.
going to try to
minimize that as much as possible by doing it in post-production and then just projecting it so that no one has to physically do.
I think that's a bad idea.
No, we're gonna do it like
Sometimes it can't.
So,
I don't know, man. I can't think of a good meme.
I like Carcetti's idea of just putting you on a Segway, like an iPad on a Segway.
I would love, dude. If you guys don't mosh the fuck out of my Segway stand in the pit, like I'll be so upset if I'm not getting thrown around and stuff, and it doesn't get broken.
I mean, it'd be really funny to just project you wherever we want to project you, and you just have to like deal with it.
I'm just like, why am I over here, dude? This sucks. Like,
So yeah, you can find more information about that on our social medias.
yeah,
We're gonna
go on Facebook on Airspace's page because they just posted the event actually.
Ooh.
Well, that'll be up when you see it, but yeah, they just posted it today. So, yeet.
We're gonna
You can say you're
take we're gonna
going.
take a very quick break.
And then we're going to come back with Jess, Botto, and Shane Foley. And we're going to talk about all the stuff they're doing, which is really exciting. So, yeah, we'll be right back.
All right, we are back. I want to talk a little bit about Jess. On the first day of class in field production, you said that you were like an intern at the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and everybody clapped, which I thought was really strange. Not trying to take anything away from you, but it was just a weird moment.
So clap for it?
Kind of. I thought so. You said you were the first intern that they had there?
No.
Oh.
They have interns for their video production, but
Okay.
I'm the first photography intern.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's where the
clapworthy.
disconnect was.
It's clapworthy.
Okay.
It's clever.
There you go. See.
Thanks.
You're late, dude. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'm
It
sorry.
sounded like you broke something. It sounded like when you take a wiffle ball bat. You
I think it's
smack
because
it.
he's holding his mic and he threw it away to
Yeah.
clap after the joke was over.
Yeah,
That could be true.
I have to hold
he's
my mic in my
holding it?
hands.
He's holding a rock
Yeah.
band mic right now. Yeah.
Isn't his headphones
It's
on the
super
mic?
DIY out here.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring my scissor mic stand that I have for my fucking desk that I bought for that exact reason. I just didn't bring it from home because I was like, that's too much to pack. So here I am holding my mic like an idiot.
Like you do every week.
Like I have every week so far that we.
I mean, you basically do that at WXLV too. I'm pretty sure. You adjust your mic stand every 3 seconds.
I am always ripping the mic away from
Yeah,
Zach.
that's typically what it is. It's how
and
far away can you get it
holding
from me without me cracking.
Yeah.
It's fine, whatever. So clearly you have a background in photography.
Yes.
How long have you been doing that sort of thing?
I don't know.
Since like way before you had a DSLR?
Yeah. Every time I'd always try and get my hands on a camera
Yeah.
and stuff and take photos.
At what point did that transition into film? Or was that just an
Um,
interest that you sort of did at the same time, or?
I got interested in editing stuff,
Okay.
and then it kind of was like, oh, I can film stuff too.
Right.
It's like just
Because you gotta film stuff to edit stuff.
yeah.
That's typically how it goes, yes. Yep.
I don't know. I like watch YouTubers and stuff
Right.
like that. I watched them and I was like, they do cool stuff. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And so,
I saw some of your stuff on Instagram. There's some landscapey stuff, and I saw a lot of concert photography too.
there was.
There was, yeah. Do you really like that sort of thing? Is that sort of where you gravitate towards, or was it just like a lot of shots from a particular night or something?
Of concert?
Well, it was like live performance. There was people with musical instruments.
Oh,
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Dude, you weren't on my Instagram.
It was definitely you.
Zach, were you on our
I've
Instagram?
done my research wrong this week.
What was that?
Were you on our Instagram?
Yeah, I was on our
That
Instagram.
was probably it.
No, I wasn't
hate it when
looking
that
at our own Instagram, Pat.
Oh, you work with Airspace too? That's weird.
You doing a concert with him? That's bizarre.
I remember
That's
taking
the same
that
night as
photo.
ours.
Wait, they're also on your label.
That's not going to work.
are you talking about the coffee shop or like an actual concert?
No, it was like a coffee shop. I just mean like
Okay.
people playing instruments. And
She's
you
going
taking
on her
pictures
Instagram
of
That's
Check.
just fact checking us as a dad.
She's not sure.
Please show.
No.
Could you please direct the camera to how badly Zach misrepresented you?
No, yeah, some of that stuff. And
That
I
looks
thought
like
I saw
what
some more.
appears to be a concert.
It was a concert. It was on my phone.
That's fine.
And I was just it was for the Watsky guy. That I was
Who's the Watsky guy?
Jess, you're grabbing for straws right now.
I'm
man.
grabbing for straws right now.
No, Jess is.
It's not her fault though. She's the one saying like, yeah, we get a lot of.
She's like, well, no, it was on my phone. It doesn't count. It's like,
I don't normally count like if you take photos.
I understand.
Except for like the landscape ones, but
Sure. What? We're gonna sit that.
No, my mind just went to people recording video at concerts, and it annoyed me.
Yeah, because
All the people, especially the people who are like a little too
watch
short to be able to see what their phone's recording, so they just hit record and stick it up, and I'm like, you can't see anything now. I can't see anything, so thank you.
Congratulations, you have 2.5 hours in the back of my head.
At least they can watch it back after and enjoy the show later because they're too short.
Yeah, I
Why
guess
would you
so.
even go in the first place? Just watch a video afterwards.
That's a good point.
People who are just normal height who aren't getting their views obstructed do that too. And I'm like, you're watching the thing happening in front of you in real life that you paid for through a screen instead of just looking at it with your eyes and like experiencing it firsthand.
But how am I like going to get retweets?
It's true. How is everyone else going to know how good my life is,
concert
dude?
footage taken from phones. No one watches it because the audio is blown out.
Dude, but
It looks
people like
shit.
what I do.
No,
Listen,
no, no,
Chandler,
but
when I go to the
mine.
Front Bottoms concert in December, I'm going to send you the entire thing recorded on my phone.
See, that's warranted though because I want to live.
No, it's not.
I want to be
Shut up.
there with you. You need to be on Skype with me and holding me on your phone, like right next to you, like we're standing
What if
together.
they're doing that? What if they're Skyping a buddy and you're just shitting?
I can be your
It's like, hey,
surrogate.
quit recording. And you're
What
just
if
like,
I-
"Oh, my
I've
friend
never
here."
seen-
Isn't it illegal recording concerts?
No, not really. Everyone does it. I've never had anyone gotten a stern talking to about
That's
it.
because how do you get to the guy in the middle of the concert venue who's recording on his phone?
In the sea of 10,000 people. It's like, fuck that.
Because especially if you try to break into a
They
crowd
just
at a
crowd
concert,
kill
they're
him.
not too keen usually.
They're only really going to do something if you try to smuggle in like an actual camera. I think.
Yeah.
Well,
No, you can bring a DSL. I mean, you're just gonna get broken depending on the kind of show you're going to. But
will they let you bring
you
in
can-
one?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
They don't go through your stuff, do they?
Yeah.
No, they
they're
do.
not gonna. Be
Have
like,
you been to a
can't take
concert?
camera."
I have. I've only been to two. I didn't bring
what
anything.
were
What,
they?
what shows
were
have
they?
you
I
seen?
went to a Five Finger Death Punch concert because my
Alright.
brother wanted to go, and then I went to
Here's the good one.
a.
What was it?
It was over the summer. It was another metal concert. It was Hailstorm and a band called In This Moment. No metal.
I'm not familiar.
I've heard of Hailstorm.
They're like female rock bands.
So you've done some coffee house shots, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fun.
I don't have to bring it up. That's fine.
No,
Um,
you can.
We've done.
Seem winded.
We've done a handful of concert shooting lately. Pat.
It's really stressful.
It's kind of stressful because like people start moshing and then they just throw
Well,
each
there's
other.
that part. I meant more like
Sanctioned fighting. It's great.
musicians are kind of.
Well, I'm fine with sanctioned
It's
fighting.
legal.
Okay.
Sanctioned fighting is fine, but when I have to dodge
great.
a body because I
Yeah.
have like a $700 brick in my hand,
It's true.
that's when it gets
I
stressful.
meant more that musicians are usually pretty
weapon.
in the moment and
Straps are usually.
trying to capture like their best moments when they're just doing a bunch of random stuff once is kind of hard.
It helps when you know their stuff though,
Yeah.
because then you know it's about to happen, so you
That's
get ready
true.
for it. Like we've done Run from the Radio a bunch, so we know all their songs and we know what's coming up. We know what to capture. And it's kind of cool having that because you're listening to it from a different perspective then a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're like, I need to make sure I'm here to.
It's
get
kind of like
this.
choreography at that point.
Yeah, kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's pretty interesting.
It's also an interesting thing. The more shows you'll shoot, the more of a feel you'll get for if you're not musically inclined, you'll get a feel for when things are about to go down.
Yeah.
You know, you'll know the signs, you know, of like a good breakdown or like a good drop or something like
Yeah.
that, or a move they might be about to do or something. So it's interesting how like your intuition grows with that kind of stuff too, of like knowing what's coming, even when you're not familiar with a band entirely.
Yep. Yep. I wasn't sure what to say.
Agreed.
So you said yep 4 times.
Yep.
Ditto.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's all right. We can cut that.
What else can we talk about? Shane, how are you doing today?
Oh, you know.
Holy fucking shit.
How do you spell your name?
Shane, like the classic Western.
Western.
You uncultured folks.
Okay. Like
It's a Western named Shane.
Is that
I'm not
actually
familiar.
is that a thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm named after. A Western.
Which Western?
Really?
Shane.
It's a movie.
It's called Shane. Yeah.
Can you run that by me one more time? I don't think I quite got it.
Oh.
Shane, the Western.
Shane, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never seen it.
So is your family like? That sounds like there's some roots in the film.
Yeah.
Kind of.
My dad liked
zone.
movies.
Is that why you got into film? Is because your dad's like, you're named after this movie, and you're like, I'm never gonna watch that.
No, I got
And
into
then
film
you-
because my dad wanted me to be a blue collar car working guy, and then he left me, so I spited him.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
You know anything about
Okay.
timing?
That.
Wait, you know anything about timing belts?
Jeez.
But is dad? Can you call your dad for us?
No.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I actually don't know.
That's our bad. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Whatever. So you haven't seen the movie that you're named after?
No, I actually refuse to.
Is that just out of spite at that point?
No, I want to see it.
Oh, you do.
It was featured in the movie Logan. So.
Was it really?
You
Yeah,
call
because there were
movie.
parallels. Yeah,
Yeah.
Logan's a good movie. Though.
I
Logan's a
dig.
great movie, which is why I now want to watch Me.
Right.
Logan's a really good movie.
I feel like
I mean, Chandler's also named after the character from Friends.
Right,
So
yeah,
we have
I'm
other.
not.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
yeah,
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
I'm not.
yeah.
Not at
I
all.
talked to his dad about it a
It's
couple
true, yeah.
times. Yeah.
My dad never saw
There's no way.
the show
That's
before he had me.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's got to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Even I've seen Friends. I don't even fucking care about it.
It's not bullshit. My dad was
Really big fan?
not
Did
the
you just
type
not
to
own a
watch
TV?
Friends in his youth.
That's probably why he's saying he didn't see it. Because that's your dad is like a musician. And that's not a very rock and roll thing
Yes.
to talk about. How you named your son after
Friends is not rock and roll.
a sitcom character.
No, he's just fucking with you. That's what dads do.
Yeah, it's probably
It's
it.
just like Dad, did you name me after this guy? He's like, no, and then he turns around, goes to his room by himself. He's like, fucking idiot.
It's like those memes where the kid's in the car and he's like, "Dad, why'd you name my sister like this name?" And he's like, "Cause your mom likes that
Yeah.
thing." And he's like, "Good job." And then the son's name is a worse
Yeah.
thing, like ass or something.
That's always a good punchline, dude.
Nice.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ass or something.
That's what it would be like. That's like breaking down.
I like how you said you've tried to trick him, like you've tried to catch him off guard into getting him to admit that he likes Friends.
And he never has. He's always
really
got the
deep in
guard
that,
up.
Dude, what you got to do is you just got to find a reference that everyone loves and just say it in front of him. And if he chuckles, you call him on it. Just do it.
Like you mother.
Like a really
ruined my
obscure
life.
Friends thing.
Yeah, if like the more obscure it is, and he laughs, that's how into it he is. So he
True.
totally named you after that guy.
No, that means you don't spring it on him first, though. You work your way from
Yeah.
really broad to specific references. And depending on when he doesn't laugh,
And
that's
then
when
you-
you know
you
how big of a fan he is.
Get a reference from a canceled episode that only you've seen.
Yeah, there we go.
And if he laughs at that,
Yeah.
you have the
'Cause I was
truth.
on
Dude,
set.
we're about to blow this case wide open.
We have
working
Chandler's
at
dad on the
Disney.
phone.
Working at Disney, I have a big name tag that says my first name only for people to identify me, and it's the worst thing that could ever happen because every single person I meet is like, "Oh, like Chandler from Friends," and then they'll make really intermediate Friends references at me as well, like I actually was on set or something, like I'm Matthew Perry or something. And they'll be like, "Oh, Chandler Bong" and stuff. That's like one episode. I'm pretty sure that's referenced or something.
Dude, I made
Like,
that reference in a
it's
video
not-
I cut earlier.
Did you really?
That's the name in the kill feed and the run from the radio promo.
I
The Live at 13 promo.
canceled.
Dude, I've been
We're putting a.
at work
hold on.
lately. I've been wearing someone else's name tag, and still no one
Nice.
cares.
Nice.
That's
Like no one
funny.
cared that I was wearing my name tag, and I'm wearing someone else's, and they continue to not notice. It's great.
Well, I mean, most of the customers
not-
aren't going to care. Or they're not
not
going to
exactly-
Dude,
know.
I had the
person.
most awkward conversation with this one lady where I had my name tag on, my actual name tag on, and she walks up to my register, and I'm like checking her groceries out, and she's like, "What's your name's Patrick? What are some famous Patricks?"
What?
That's just a weird question to begin with.
Star.
Like you
Then
just
I'm
pull
like,
out your list
Patrick
out of your back
Stewart.
pocket.
Then I'm like, "There's Patrick
Neil Patrick
Swayze,"
Harris.
and she's like, "I don't know who that is."
What?
What?
How old was she?
What?
I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's
Dude,
Patrick. There's
she
Patrick
went
Stewart,"
for
and she's
it.
like, "I don't know who that is either."
Jeez.
And I'm like,
That's like
"There's."
my favorite Patrick.
I'm like, "Well, I was named after Saint Patrick," and she's like, "He's not in the Bible." I'm like,
Well, neither are you, lady.
I'm like, "You're not wrong, but."
What the?
Like the Catholic Church recognizes St. Patrick's, so I think he's got in the clear on that part.
Sorry, it doesn't
Yeah,
have
sorry,
your-
sorry doesn't
good
pass your
grades.
circumstance.
He's at least in
like,
the glossary. Just a little bit.
Oh, it doesn't meet her criteria.
I didn't know what to say after that, so I don't think I said anything.
What are some famous
I wouldn't have
What are some
either.
famous Patricks? And I named
Why would
3,
you ask?
which everybody knows. and she
Patrick
knew none of them.
Swayze? She couldn't get
Right?
that.
Yeah.
Just give up. Just give up after that.
Why would you ask it if you don't know the
I
answer?
She
even-
needed an answer.
No, she's even like, I don't know who that is. What
She's like-
has he been in? I'm like, Dirty Dancing, Ghost, and
You
she's
know-
like, I don't know what either of those are. And I'm like, what are you?
Oh my god!
Roundhouse, come
Is this
on,
a real person?
I think
It's
she
an
literally
actor hired.
I think she went grocery shopping 50 years ago and then crawled under her rock and didn't have to come back out until now.
Because she ran out of groceries.
Yeah, 'cause she ran out of groceries. She had to go
Well,
stock up
ran out of
again.
beans. It's like, oh, what's your name, Patrick? Oh, famous Patrick's? Yeah.
I like to think she came up to you and asked you that because she genuinely she it wasn't like a loaded
Yeah.
question. She was curious.
Yeah, for
She's like,
sure.
And then
I
you treated her
wonder
like
what
an idiot.
famous people are named Patrick. Like,
And you talk to her like she's insane. You walk away. She's like, I actually wanted to know.
I just didn't know. Like,
Yeah, that's too bad.
I'll go look
Whenever I
them
gave
up
an
and I'll
answer she
watch
didn't
those
know,
videos.
she's like, oh, and then like didn't say anything. So I'm like, I feel like this
Patrick
is a test or
Swayze?
something that I failed.
You're radically shaping her worldview.
Show her,
going
show
on
her
with that
Roundhouse. Or Roadhouse, not Roundhouse.
It's now Roundhouse.
It's Roundhouse. Roundhouse Kick.
We
It
just
features a lot of
changed it.
Roundhouse Kicks, but it's Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is lit.
Zach, what are you named after?
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know.
Fucking
Jess, what are you
the
named
year-
after?
Do you know any famous Jesses?
Do you know any famous Jesses?
How many famous Jesses can we name right now?
Jessica Negri.
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Chastain? Is that a person?
What?
Somebody say Negri
I
already?
probably just made that. I think that's an actress.
Jessica Chobot,
Chobot.
from
Oh, we're
IGN.
What?
Straight from the bottom of the barrel immediately.
You gotta make the name
Jessica Alba.
more popular.
Jessica
Alba.
Alba.
Who's
dude.
the new girl actress?
It's Zoe Deschanel.
That's not a Jess. That's the character's name in the show.
I had that same thought
Jess.
process.
I hate you.
I hate you too.
Zach was named after the generation above us going, like, they're about to have a kid, and they're like, babe, you know it'd be really cool to name our kid?
you guys.
That's what he's named after. Like, it's like everybody going like that. You know it's a really cool sounding name? Like,
Try not to kick
starts with a Z.
Like,
Hey, I like my name, okay? Chandler?
I was actually supposed to be named Zachary,
No,
and then my dad was like, no.
it's like,
Can
no, I
you
love
imagine?
Friends
That's
too
why-
much.
Your dad got drunk watching Friends.
And you just signed the paper?
Yeah.
And that's why my middle name is Zachariah for some
That's really
reason.
funny.
Like, it's not.
No,
yeah,
this is what
they were
happened.
just
The
like,
nurse handed him the whatever paper, you write the name down, and he was about to write Zach, and
birth
then he just went,
certificate.
and then he wrote Chandler.
Actually, Matthew Perry was doing a study because he was going to be a nurse in a quick. It was a film that got canceled halfway through production, so no one knows about it.
'Cause Matthew Perry was in it?
Matthew Perry handed your dad the birth certificate, and he looked at Matthew Perry. It was like Chandler.
Like just dead in the eyes.
Halfway through the production of that film, they realized Matthew Perry was the lead actor in that film, so they canceled it.
Like Friends ended it,
Wait
and they're
a
like,
second.
"Dude, we can't make him relevant again." And then that was it.
I'm surprised you don't see more Chandlers after such a hit show.
probably
Honestly,
why.
though, there's not a lot.
That's probably exactly why.
Oh,
It's probably because it's living in hell every day that you're alive, because people reference Friends at
I'm
you.
sure there was a lot of Lukes around Star Wars and stuff like that. Like this is
There
a thing
is.
that happens, but not
Leia.
with Chandler.
I'm naming my daughter
No, you're
Leia.
not.
That's for
Are you
sure.
really?
I'm actually naming her Rey for my favorite trilogy.
All right, yeah, we gotta take a break. We're gonna have to go kick his ass, and then we'll be right back.
And we're back. Pat, Pat, you have a game
Has
for
been
us.
cooking up something special.
Yep, something special.
What's that like?
Is it on Kahoot?
No, I'll just be reading them.
Not
I'm
interested.
kicking it old school
It's
this
a
week.
Kahoot. Ooh, we got to do Kahoots from now on, though. It's a good
All right,
idea.
so since it's October, and I'm doing a
Yes.
stupid challenge where I watch 31 horror movies. I've had a lot of like scary movies on my mind recently, specifically the last 4
As you
days.
do.
Can't imagine why.
So I
Those
realized
are
that no
called
one really
nightmares.
knows the name of any of the actors who played any of the masked people in movies. So I'm gonna give you guys names of masked people in movies. You have to tell me which person they're portraying, or just the movie.
I don't know anyone's names.
So this should be
This is
fun.
just guessing.
I am.
You guys ready?
Are we gonna do like anybody can answer?
Yeah, I'm honestly, this is a team game because this is really hard.
A team game.
Yeah, I mean, so if you
what, me
guys
and
just try and get
Chandler
it
and the
right,
rest
you
of
can
it?
discuss. And
Wait,
no,
are you naming the actor or the?
I'm naming the actor of the
We gotta name
monster.
the actor, and we gotta just say scary things.
You guys can like discuss. I feel like you're not gonna get here without discussion or something. So,
Say, well, what's the first one?
Boris Karloff.
Jeez.
Oh, that's Dracula.
Nope. You're close.
Wait, Boris Karloff.
You're close.
Can I get a hint?
Are these
Boris
like? Are these
Karloff.
like?
Invisible
Are
Man.
these like obscure things?
No, this one's
recent
not
or
obscure.
old?
It's old though.
It's old. Werewolf.
Wolfman.
Oh my god, no,
Michael Myers.
no.
Michael.
Yeah, let's give
Dude,
us
I
that
really,
hint.
I chose the older,
Frankenstein.
like
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein. You got it.
It's Frankenstein.
Nice job.
Fuck.
Good job, Chandler. All right. Robert Englund.
Ooh, that's.
Oh, he's is he the Wolfman?
No.
Invisible Man.
Robert Englund.
If he is, I don't know. This is not the movie I'm talking about.
Oh. No.
Does anybody have
Robert
any?
Englund?
Robert Englund.
This one's newer.
Is it newer? Is it
Is he
newer?
British?
Last like
Yeah.
50 years.
Thanks.
It's like a classic movie. I think it's.
Dracula? The
No.
Thing?
Dracula. Robert Englund.
I tried to do the thing, but I realized there's no actor who played the thing because the things just takes the shape of other people.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, the thing's just
Not Beetlejuice.
prosthetics.
Not Beetlejuice.
That was Michael Keaton, wasn't it?
No, dude.
Yeah, I think it was.
What?
A hint?
You
Robert
want a hint?
Englund.
All right, I can give you another actor from the movie.
Give me a
Okay.
hint
Johnny
related-
Depp.
Johnny.
This one's surprising, and I've seen this movie and didn't know it was Johnny Depp in it.
Does it involve corn?
No,
Okay.
at least not that I can think of.
Johnny
Oh.
I think this is his debut.
Oh, shit. Fuck,
Scissorhands?
Freddy.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
No,
Or
wait.
No, I'm sorry. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
Nightmare
Nightmare
on Elm Street.
That's the guy's
Robert
name.
Englund played.
Yeah, Robert
Englund
Englund.
plays
Oh,
Freddy
fuck.
Krueger.
Alright.
I knew
I
that.
thought I'd know that one.
This one's got two, because
Michael Myers.
you're right.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
because Michael Myers.
I knew it was going to be a question somewhere.
Yeah, because like if you say that, she's just been saying Michael Myers. She was bound to get it right.
Somebody plays.
bound to be
somebody
right.
plays Michael Myers masked, and somebody plays him unmasked.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why?
It's Halloween.
What?
I have no idea.
Probably just
It's not. That's not that weird.
This one's.
That's not that
This
weird.
next one's
Murder,
super
it'd be
hard
pretty.
because I got the monster's name, and then I got everyone else in this movie is unknown. Like no one would know who they are. All their Wikipedia pages are very short.
With Mike Myers?
No, this is the next
Oh,
one.
the next one. Okay.
Gunnar Hansen.
Can't
Dracula.
No,
Shrek.
Jason.
no. This one's. Yeah, I'll give you a hint. This one's low budget.
Blair Witch.
No.
Was there a monster in Blair Witch?
Sloth.
Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, you never see
Chainsaw
it.
Massacre?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell.
Chainsaw Massacre, dude.
Oh man.
Don't know it. It just
That
showed low
sounds
budget,
like
and I was like,
They're
what's
all
low budget?
no names in
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
when he
there's
goes in,
like
yeah,
yeah.
goes-
Yeah, exactly.
I got
That's why
two
it was low
more.
budget.
Ari Lemon.
Is it a guy?
It's a man. It's a large man.
It's a large man.
Jason.
That's gotta be
Jason, yeah.
Jason. It's a large man.
Nice. All right.
She just got the association down.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
guess I think I really underestimated the guessing that could go on with this
Can the
game.
next hint relate to how much body hair they have?
Yeah, sure.
That's
Eventually, we're gonna get to the
unknown.
Wolf Man. It's gonna help.
This is actually the last one.
Invisible Man.
Skeet Ulrich.
Wolfman.
No,
It?
Oh,
Skeet.
Skeet.
I think Lizzie would know
That's-
this
I
one.
can imagine Skeet.
She
as
would.
A Skeet.
Yeah, Skeet sounds like a wolf.
How
It's
old
not
is it?
Scream.
Oh, I forgot that's good.
It better be old.
Is
'cause
it
who
Scream?
names their kids
Nah,
Skeet?
it's Scream.
It is?
It is.
That's
It is
also
Scream, yeah,
Scream's
it's
also
Scream.
like it's an actor in the movie too.
So
Someone-
who won that?
Yes.
I guess Chandler.
All right, Chandler, here you go.
Exactly.
I got
I'm gonna
two.
throw you this
Getting a
pumpkin.
Yep.
We're not actually doing it. Oh.
You mean you're not gonna mail a pumpkin to him?
No.
Hey, let's hold up a second. I got an error code and I didn't.
Nice, dude.
That's what I think about that. I also got an error code.
You
up
also
on your
got
head.
an error code?
What?
You gave up on your head.
Low on disk space. Oh, jeez.
Low on disk space. That's not good.
Who's been?
No,
who's
it's
been
not even that.
maxing
It's
out
like
the- who's been
caches.
peeking?
I don't know.
Probably me.
What?
Who's been peeking the?
No,
audio?
that's mine that I got.
I'd also like to ask you guys a favor in recommending me horror movies because I need 28 more.
Get Out.
I've seen good.
Alien.
I want to do like
Place.
ones I had. Oh, I was gonna do Alien for the stupid quiz.
Aliens.
Forgot
I
about
have
that.
to look.
Alien
I don't know, movies
is
off the
the alien's rarely a guy in a costume.
No, Alien is a dude in a costume. The original one.
You mean they didn't have an actual alien?
No, it's like a 6-foot dude who's just like.
I thought they had animation.
No.
I thought they had animatronics.
Nah, he was. There's
they did
definitely an
too.
actor in Alien who plays the alien.
Does it have to be somebody in a costume? That's the thing for you?
Is just to be
No,
like a
this is
horror
just the
movie?
quiz.
Okay.
I'm just like
There's
I'm
not
just
even-
doing
There
this.
are not even 31 good horror movies. If you,
I don't
put,
care
like,
if they're good.
All right. Good.
Is the Thing on there?
No, I have to.
Both
I'm
the
gonna watch the
things?
thing.
What?
Don't put the remake thing on there.
Why don't you just ask Lizzie? She can give you.
She's not here.
I know, but you,
I thought this
you
would be a
have
fun
the
segment for the
technology.
podcast
All
where we
right,
recommend
all
good
right,
horror
that's
movies.
fine.
The Room.
That's fine.
That's pretty scary.
So far, I've watched The Shining.
I also just recently watched.
What else did I
Shining,
watch?
yeah.
I watched It Follows.
That one's good.
It's good.
Okay.
And I watched
Watch-
Train to Busan.
Watch Sinister.
I watched Sinister. I should write these down.
yeah.
Have you not seen The Shining before?
No, I haven't. I read the book.
What?
I've never seen it.
I hadn't either.
Books-
so
isn't the
this
book
one's
completely
for me
different
to
from the
watch
movie?
it.
No,
It
it's
is. Well, it's a little.
it's a little. It's just honestly with all Stephen King books, you kind of just have to take the story and cut out like the 3 months over the course that the story happens, because there's so much stuff that happens that isn't like super important. But
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Makes for a good book, not a good movie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Where if you had the entirety of The Shining in the movie, it would have been another like hour long.
Oh, all the human centipedes?
Right.
I've seen the first one. I don't want to see any more.
Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace.
That's a good one.
That one's scary.
Europa Report's a really good one.
Europa Report.
What else? There's-
I'd also be nice if these are on like Netflix or something easily accessible.
Star Wars Episode 8,
No.
The Last Jedi.
to be
I
to
actually
be fair,
screamed.
look, and I'm not saying this like I'm endorsing it, but every movie's pretty easily available if you know.
I mean, yeah, I
Nice,
know.
dude. High five.
Like,
What are you
yeah,
talking
dude.
about?
Stop it, dude.
How do
Did you
get
know?
That is
Here,
a
let me
good one.
teach.
That's-
Just
didn't
for
do
the
that.
sake of all the, just for the sake of all the viewers, let me explain something legally though. It's not illegal to watch streamed movies online. That's not
What did
illegal. You
people say?
can't
I
get in
forget
trouble
already.
for that.
A Sinister.
Europa Report.
Yeah.
Europa Report?
Isn't the accessing of the website with which you have to watch it on the illegal part?
No,
if it was that-
usually
Wouldn't that be taken off?
the hosting of the file is what is
Yeah.
the most grievous
Yeah.
offense. They can't really crack down on people that just witness the content. You know, like that's kind of not fair. Like if someone links you to a thing and you don't know what it is, and then you click on it, and it's like, oh, it's a pirated movie. Then it's like, oh, I'm going to jail now. Like it's like, whose fault is that? Like, how do you police that?
you have another spooky
I
movie.
just accidentally watched hundreds of movies.
It's called Digging Up the Morrow.
The what?
Digging Up the Morrow.
Are you just Googling random?
Did you ever
no,
watch
I
Blair
know.
Witch
I have
Project,
not. I'm
dude?
gonna do
You
that.
should do
Love
that.
Dude,
found footage.
I just watched
This
Blair
is, like,
Witch
the best
Project,
one I've ever seen.
and I'm sorry, I think Jess is talking. I can't hear her very well.
I'm a very quiet person.
It's okay. I'm
That's the
sorry.
patriarchy.
I just watched. It's the patriarchy. The Blair Witch Project is legitimately one of the I haven't felt that tense. Watching a film, I don't really remember when. Like it's the nature of that movie, in the way it's shot and paced, is just very fucking good. Like I really recommend it. I'm not even saying it because it's like
new
a
one or old one?
ooh, it's like a
old
cult
one, I think.
classic. Like ooh, you know, it's just like it's really good. It was
Well,
really
especially- this is,
entertaining.
like,
not.
the smallest group of people who filmed it, and it was like college students, and they just had like a camera and they just went into the woods. and that was it.
They utilized the new blooming internet to their advantage for their
Yeah.
marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's actually the two directors of the film were really not present at all for like the actual shooting. They set up they like paid actors to be interviewed by the actual main characters of the film, and the main character actors didn't know that the people they were interviewing about the myth of the Blair Witch was they were actors. They thought they were real people. They were actually interviewing about a real scary myth
smart.
that they were investigating. And like they knew they were filming a movie and everything like that, but they didn't know that the myth was also fabricated by the directors. So they go in to film the movie, and the directors give them a map of like where they're supposed to go, the trail, and then where they're supposed to stop each night. And then they gave them food drops. And progressively throughout the shoot, they started giving them less and less food to make them more irritable and get the kind of performance they wanted out of them, you know, by kind of not starving them, but like just putting them on edge a lot more.
They basically like they threw them in the woods and they were like, now suffer. Find my witch.
And like it's I don't know, and it really shows, like the guerrilla style of it and everything is very well done. I'm not gonna sit here and say that found footage movies are always really the best route, and I don't think they always work, and they're always like, ooh, but this one I think was a huge pioneer. Probably the pioneer of found footage coming into the mainstream and being shown it's successful as a format. And it really works, and it's really well done, and it feels like it is low budget. It's a very low budget film, and they made back their budget by like 10 times because of how good the movie did. But it feels low budget, but it is kind of, there's a lot of thought put into it. It's not just, something that was hastily thrown together or poorly planned and just so happened to work. I read a lot about the production, and there definitely was a lot of thought put into it, and a lot of fucked up stuff too about the filming process that those people went through to do that.
Just threw them in the woods with a camera.
Yeah, it's
that's a great idea.
Even the food thing is kind of
I'd be
fucked up.
terrified. Yeah, they got paid $3,000 a day. Or I'm sorry. Or was it $1,000?
I'm fine with either.
And they shot for 8. They shot the film in 8 days.
Did they get more money after the ultimate
days.
Extreme success? Yeah. Good, because that would. Suck. It's like
one of the actors, I think, at the time of whenever the interview was written, when I read it, he said he'd by that point made about $300,000 on the shoot, which, I mean, that's nowhere near close to the millions and millions that the movie made, but still compared to you'll get $1,000 a day for 8 days. It's definitely a jump.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is because of the nature of the film and everything surrounding it. They had a very guerrilla campaign for promotion and stuff because they pawned it off like it was actually real. That was part of the shtick.
These kids
and
actually
everything.
died. And I was like, wait, what?
Exactly. They actually fabricated the missing posters for the actors, and so much so that reporting the missing to the point where the families, the mothers,
is that legal?
Some of the actors got
something?
mail being like, "I'm sorry that your daughter's missing or your son's missing," and everything like that.
They asked the actors to lay low.
I feel like
I'm not sure if they asked them to lay low. I really can't.
When did Blair Witch
come
out? It was like before social media, right? So
it was in the 90s.
Yeah, so you could probably you don't probably have to ask somebody to lay low in the 90s. You just kind of it's kind of hard to find people in the 90s.
True.
Like if you live in like a completely different state, you can't just like look them up on Facebook and see what they're up to. You have to like call them.
That's true. 1999 it came out. That's actually a little earlier than
Just in time for
later than I thought. Just in time, yeah.
Everybody's at their Y2K parties, like watching Blair Witch
over and over.
Well, it came out in July, so I don't know about that. But yeah, its budget was $60,000 and it made $248.6 million. So that's a pretty good return on investment. That's pretty good. So that's my That's my big recommendation.
I'll do it. It's on the list, I think.
You have like 28 more, but like that's my. I'll give you that one.
How do you budget time for that every day?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I watched 2 the second day, 1 yesterday.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be an everyday thing. There'll probably be some catching up, but
you'll get to like day 12 and you'll be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure. when
Like
I'm like just
everything else
scared to
that we
walk
do.
around my
If
house.
you watch Finding Nemo, but the whole movie remember that the mother died horribly, then it's pretty scary.
You can do that. Does that
That's
count?
true. No. I've also seen Finding Nemo before.
Oh, it has to be ones you've
Wow.
never
I'm
seen.
trying to.
Okay.
You're what?
Dude, spoilers. How are you gonna do that? Do you not watch a lot of scary movies to begin
Not
with? So that's,
really.
that's
I
gonna
don't.
be like. You should watch the first Purge movie.
Really?
And that's it. Don't watch any others. I'm not even saying that one's good, but so at least you know the shtick of the because that's really caught on. I think everyone's a murderous psychopath deep down. I think that's why that movie has caught on so much because everyone fantasizes about that being real. Like, I wish I could just kill my neighbors and all my coworkers for 24
Have you
hours.
seen the original Predator?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
We actually
dude,
talked
that one's
a lot
actually
about
kind of scary.
last
That one is
week.
kind of
Think
scary.
about it.
The first one is definitely
Just a jacked Austrian
Very-
fighting an alien in the woods.
Sounds
horror
awesome.
inspired.
I know.
There's nothing scary
It's
about that.
terrifyingly awesome.
I can name the actor who played the Predator, who's in the Predator
Well,
suit.
that
That
wasn't
was
one of the
Kevin Peter
questions.
Hall.
I can name the
I
main
thought you were
actor
gonna
of the
ask
movie.
it.
Carl
It was Arnold
Weathers.
Wolfman.
Actually, Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to be the Predator for a bit, and then he was like, that was before he was really famous, and he was like, this is stupid, and then they like went a different direction with the character, and then he just, I don't know, he didn't end up doing it. But like, there's pictures you can find of him like in the suit and stuff, and that suit at the time looked fucking stupid. It looked like an ant.
Nice.
It looked like he was wearing a big ant
Did
costume.
anyone see the new Predator that
Thank
just
God
came out?
that wasn't it.
Chandler did.
Horrible.
Let's not.
Horrible.
I'm not going to talk about it, like review it, but they kept from the first movie to the current movie. They kept the thing where the nails of the Predator are clearly rubber.
Oh, okay. All right.
You got to respect
Jeez.
that.
You gotta respect
Part
it.
of their
The
physiology.
continuity.
It was a trash movie, but people died.
It's 1980 somewhere, or whenever that movie came out.
They had to reshoot the third
It was
act.
the 80s.
You know that.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
I
felt
heard,
like
too.
that. Yeah.
Of the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Before we end the show, a quick PSA on the subject of new movies coming out. I just had the pleasure of seeing Christopher Robin in theaters because I'm at
Really?
Disney and they still play that movie. And I've seen a lot of movies lately, like The Nun and fucking the new Predator and even Mission Impossible. And I like Mission Impossible, but it's definitely one of the better movies I've seen in a while. That's new. Like, Christopher Robin was actually a good movie, and you should go watch it. And it was actually very funny for a children's movie. And if you're gonna go shell out to go to the movies, don't fall prey to the shitty fucking horror genre or anything like that, because all those movies suck right now. Just go watch Christopher Robin, or when it comes out in Blu-ray, watch it because it's really good.
All right.
And Ewan McGregor is really
I'll
good.
make sure to add it to my list.
Yeah, add
Bring
that
back
to your
Obi-Wan.
list. Bring back Obi-Wan, dude. He said he would
He
do
did.
it. He said he would do it.
We need like a Star
So
Wars
where
Western
is
with
it?
him as Obi-Wan.
We'll call it Shane.
Yeah.
And he's-
Yeah.
Ewan. That's a weird first name. Well, on that note, thanks for coming on, guys. I
problem,
really
dude.
appreciate it.
Do you have anything
That's
you'd like
full
to plug
circle.
before you leave?
Maybe even
For our
film
many,
club
many
related.
viewers.
Follow me on Instagram at Baby Aspirin.
There we go.
Don't question why.
nice name.
Baby aspirin. I like it.
And where, if anyone's interested about Film Club, who's interesting, how can they find out more information?
You can email me. I don't want to give my email out. but-
Okay. Well, the meetings are they're Tuesday and Thursdays from
gotta be cool in the right place.
2:30 to 4 o'clock, right?
2:30 to 4.
So can they just stop by, maybe?
Yeah. And
Okay.
TC 207? 5?
I mean, it's the
205,
studio, right?
sometimes 215.
Oh, okay. I'm a liar.
Okay.
The studio is back open again. So
Cool.
That's nice.
All right. All
Nothing
right.
else changed. The wall's green now.
They painted
Nice.
the walls.
Nice.
Check me out, Sly Elliott, and everything.
Yeah, you can check me out,
Sly
Sly
Elliott,
Elliott, on
I'm really
everything.
blowing up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, friend me on Epic Games Launcher.
Jeez.
What's your Epic Games launcher username, dude? Can you
I have
drop
no
that?
idea. I have no idea. It's probably Pitari.
Shane, do you have anything to plug? Any projects you have
Or
going
just
on?
anything you want to shout out into the world.
Do you play any Epic Games games? I don't. What
Nah,
do you
dude,
do? You play any Epic Games games?
Fortnite.
Check me out on Paragon.
Ah,
That's a bad reference.
Check me out on Origin. Add me on Origin.
Yeah, I'm playing some Mass Effect Andromeda later, Chandler. You
Talking
want
about Dragon Age.
Don't do that. Do you want a split screen in Mass Effect Andromeda?
Yeah.
Yes.
And SimCity.
SimCity.
All right, everybody go to bed, folks.
All right.
Please.
All right. What?
Yeah.
It's like 5 o'clock.
That's how we're
Put
ending
us
the
to
show
bed.
today.
It's
It's
6:30.
too
Jesus
late.
Christ. Yeah, we should get to bed.
Dude, you said
I
it was
gotta watch
5
a
o'clock,
movie.
and I looked at my clock. I'm like, am I in a different time? Say goodnight that far.
Thank you and good night.